Ever wonder how animals manage to survive out there in the wild? Well, today we're going to unlock the secrets to their built-in survival kits. We're going to explore all the amazing external structures, everything from body armor to, high-tech coats that let them conquer some of the toughest environments on the planet.
I mean, that's the big question for every single living thing, isn't it? It doesn't matter if you're in the freezing Arctic or deep down in the ocean, survival is the name of the game. So how do you find food, avoid becoming food, and deal with the elements? Well, as we're about to see, the answers are often written right on the outside of their bodies.
And wow, what a kit it is. I mean, just take a look at this polar bear. That bright white fur, it is not just for looks. It's basically a masterpiece of evolution. It gives them incredible insulation to stay warm, and it's the perfect camouflage against all that snow and ice. This is exactly what we're talking about. External structures that are absolutely key to survival.
All right, so first up, let's talk about nature's very own body armor. Some animals literally wear their skeletons on the outside, which is just a brilliant strategy for protection. This external skeleton has a name. It's called an exoskeleton. You can think of it as a personal suit of armor, custom-made by nature itself. It's tough, it's waterproof, and its number one job is to shield that soft, vulnerable body inside from all the dangers of the world. A perfect example? The crab. Its super tough shell is its exoskeleton, and it's perfectly engineered for living underwater. It doesn't just protect it from predators, but also from the immense pressure of the ocean.
And it's not just crabs. The snail is another fantastic example. Its shell is doing a lot more than just protecting it from getting squished. It also shields it from the hot sun, stops it from losing water, and can even work as camouflage, helping it blend right in. It's a real multi-tool for survival.
So yeah, when we're talking about these big, obvious exoskeletons on animals like snails and crabs, we actually have a much simpler word for them: shells. Pretty straightforward, right?
But then you might be thinking, well, what about us? We have an internal skeleton. And you're right, the biggest difference is just the location, outside versus inside. But at the end of the day, the main purpose is exactly the same. Both provide the crucial support and structure an animal needs to move around and, well, live. Okay, so hard armor is one way to go. But what if you don't have a shell? Turns out, nature has come up with some pretty amazing high-tech coats that offer a completely different kind of protection. And that's a great question, right? If you're soft on the outside, you might seem way more vulnerable. But these animals have evolved their own unique set of external structures that are just as effective as any shell out there. Just look at these two incredible designs. Over here, you've got the super intricate structure of a bird's feathers, perfectly built for lightweight flight. And on the other side, you've got the smooth, overlapping scales of a fish, which cut down on drag so it can glide right through the water. Both are perfect solutions for two completely different worlds.
So let's break down how these coats work real quick. Fur, like on that polar bear we saw, traps air and creates this amazing insulating layer, which is so important for staying warm. Feathers? They're even more versatile. They give warmth, but they're also aerodynamic, which is what makes flight possible. And scales are basically like a suit of chainmail for fish and reptiles, giving them flexible protection that doesn't weigh them down. All right, so we've covered armor, we've covered coats. But sometimes, these external structures are more than just defense. They can also be tools, or even weapons, that an animal needs for its day-to-day survival. A perfect example of this? Claws. We all know what they are, right? Those sharp, pointy things on an animal's feet, but their simple look really hides an incredible range of uses. I mean, just look at these. Claws are pretty much nature's ultimate multi-tool. Animals use them for gripping onto all kinds of surfaces, for climbing up high, to stay safe or to find a meal, and of course, they are a pretty powerful weapon for defense. Okay, so we've seen shells, feathers, and claws. Now let's put all these pieces together and try to understand the blueprint, the code, that decides what kind of survival kit each animal gets. The one word that really ties all of this together is characteristic. It's just any trait or feature that an animal has. You can think of it like a line of code in an animal's programming that determines everything, from its color to its claws. And this is probably the most important takeaway of this whole explainer. An animal's characteristics, especially these external structures we've been looking at, are not random at all. They are the specific traits that allow that animal to survive and, just as importantly, to reproduce in its own unique environment. The frog is the perfect final example. Why does it have that moist skin?
Well, it's absolutely essential for its life in and around water. And what about those huge eyes? They're perfectly adapted for spotting fast-moving insects. Every single feature you see is a clue to its survival strategy.
So from a snail's simple shell to an eagle's incredible claws, every single external structure tells a story of survival. Kind of makes you wonder, for us humans, maybe our most powerful survival traits are the ones you can't see, like our intelligence or our ability to work together. So what traits do you think tell your survival story?